Hello again, Project Mosters. It's Mark Antonio, your garden educator. Here today, I'm going to show you how to make your own leaf collage. It's a fun way of looking closely at the plants that you might be growing in your garden and to get comfortable with how they look, the characteristics of them. This collage can be kind of interesting if you put it up against the light, and it might be a fun way of getting familiar with the plants that you're growing in your garden. So there's a lot going on in the garden now, as you can see. I was able to pick some interesting things. I got myself an oregano. I think the leaves are kind of interesting. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna arrange everything yet. So the first step would be just to pick some plants in your garden that you find interesting. Yarrow. Really cool buds that are blooming on the yarrow plant. A nasturtium leaf. It's really cool design on that leaf. Got a strawberry leaf. Look how interesting that is. I got snap peas. It was really cool because look how beautiful the flower is on the snap pea. It almost looks like an orchid. I also found the leaves to be pretty interesting. I think that these items will make a really cool collage. And just in case, I have some cutting flowers that, don't tell, I may use a couple of them. And I'll just sneak some more back in later. But these are foxgloves, and these are snapdragons. They're really, really cool. Really, really pretty. And these are dahlias. Look how gorgeous these are. Check this one out. Look at the veins on this. Look how cool that is. This is my avocado plant. Now, some of you Project Mosters might remember this. A couple of years ago, I showed you how to sprout an avocado from the pit. And guess what? I have an avocado plant, and you saw the avocado that we planted from a pit 3 years ago. So it is possible. It just takes a little bit of time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that avocado plant in a larger pot. In about 3 or 4 or 5 years, it will become a large tree. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to make these things happen, but it's a fun process. Anyway, to make a collage, you're going to need contact paper. You're gonna need a pair of scissors. I'm gonna use some paper, some Post-its. Probably use a ruler, a pen or a marker, and some yarn, and a hole puncher. You can use a single hole puncher or you can use a 3-hole puncher. So how about we get started? So I want to figure out how large to make my collage. My collage can be very big or it can be a small one. I'll start from the middle of my collage and then I'll go towards the edges. I'm going to start off with about, I'm going to go with 12 inches. And the nice thing with these contact paper, they have the guidelines to cut with, so you won't really make too much of a mistake. Then I'm going to fold it in half. So when I fold it in half, I'll know for myself how large my collage will be. So it can be this wide, or it can be this tall. We can make it this wide, or we can make it even shorter. It's totally up to you. What should I start with? And I'm not sure again how this is going to work out because see that? It's not very flat, but maybe what I can do is take the flower that is not flat and flatten it. And I have enough green. Maybe I'll use one of the leaves of the snap peas. Maybe I'll choose to put some color in using my foxglove or my dahlias or my snapdragons. We'll see. The arrangement could be however you want it to be. It is your choice. I'm gonna do this really, really quickly. Okay, so the next step will be to use my paper and my pen. So let's see if I can get all my labels in, because I'd like to remember what these plants are. And I thought, maybe some pink paper will add a little bit of color. You don't have to label your collage if you don't want to. But I just thought if I have some writers out there and they would like to practice their writing skills and their spelling skills, they can look up the names and they can write the names of them. When they look at this collage again, They will know what they have made and what plants they used. And they'll also be able to show their friends, and their friends will be able to tell what plants they used in the collage as well. All right, so I've got my labels. I don't want these to be too big on my collage, so I'm just gonna cut them out so they'll fit just where they need to fit on underneath or next to my plants. Okay, here comes the hard part. Now remember, this contact paper is extremely sticky. Very, very sticky. So you touch it, it's going to stick to you. This is the most challenging part of our project today. I have an idea of how I will put this paper on. It's kind of tricky, so I'm just going to show it to you instead of explaining it. I'm going to go a little at a time. I'm going to try and line this up as much and as closely as possible to the other paper. It is not going to be perfect, but if you go as slowly as possible, you'll get better results. Go as slowly as possible. Very sticky. Whew, okay. Think we're okay. I'm going to cut this part, the sticky part that is facing downward. I'm going to cut that part off, and I'm going to put it on this side where I need that paper, that other sticky side, to be covered. Okay. Look at that. We've got our leaf collage. It's a little worse for wear, not perfect, and it's okay. It's not gonna be perfect. All I need to do now is to clean this up, get all these sticky parts. I can fold these or I can cut them. I think I'm just gonna fold them over like this. Area here, so I'll just fold that over. Then smooth out as much as possible the areas that need to be smoothed out. All right. Now again, there might be some areas that have a lot of air bubbles in them, and those can be smoothed out as you go. Another neat idea, if you want to get these air bubbles out because it's really bugging you, you can use a pin and you can make a little hole where you see these bubbles to pop. To get all these areas nice and clean, then I can move on to the next step. Okay, look, I think this is the best that it will be for this project. And there you have it. The only thing left to do is to put my holes in and string my yarn in so I can hang this up. Or you can simply tape the edges or tack the edges with thumbtack on your wall, or you can put it against a window and you can tape it on your window, and that way the sun will come shining through and you'll see these beautiful colors light up. And I think that is probably what I'm going to do. So let's do that. There you go. Looks really awesome. So that project was pretty challenging. Not the easiest project to do, so I would suggest, if you've never done this before, don't try this alone. Instead, maybe you can ask an adult to help you with this project, because they'll have a little bit more experience in dealing especially with these very tricky and sticky contact paper. But I have to say, it's extremely rewarding once you've gotten the hang of it and you get it done. Besides, it's the summer. You've got plenty of time on your hands. Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this and you'd like to share this project, post your comments on our Facebook page at Project Most, or you can post your comments on Instagram at Most After School. I'm Mark Antonio. Thanks again for visiting, friends.